Welcome back everyone to LBS Response to episode number 79. So yes guys, welcome back to another episode of my weekly Q&A series I do on this channel. I've been doing them for just about 3 years now, and today is episode number 79, where I answer your questions about absolutely anything Lego related, Star Wars related, personal life related, basically any single thing you have a question for me of. I basically have no limits. So be sure to leave your comments down below for next week if your question is not answered today. And without much more to say, let's get into it, guys. Starting off, guys, with Crow Productions, we have, do you think the ATT will be scalped online for a lot more money when it comes out? So, yeah, that is a very obvious question, I think, and will definitely happen. We don't know exactly when it's going to come out in North America yet. It's been released basically everywhere else in the world, on time, August 1st. And basically, we see now in the USA, it's selling for roughly $200. If you check a couple eBay listings, a couple of these other people, you're looking at about $220 with shipping, so about $80 more, which to some people, I don't blame them. It might be worth it to them if they really want to get it quickly, for what it's worth. But for me, it's not worth my time paying that up, the upcharge. I'm waiting for it to release from Lego so I can use all my VIP points, get it for free. And like I said, I'm not making a review on it. If I were to make a review on it, I would make back, say, $5, $6, maybe $10 of my money. So I'm in no rush to, expedite shipping and pay for it more. So that's just my personal opinion on it. But when it does come out, I do think in the USA it will be scalped, of course, like everything else does. I mean, the fighter tank is still very hard to get. When it comes back in stock, it sells out quickly and you're paying 60, 70 bucks on the aftermarket. And that's just the name of the game. I think, truthfully, like if you don't get it day one, it's just the fact of the matter. It will probably be pretty difficult to get for the rest of the, 2022 year. So that's kind of my thoughts, and I definitely think it will be. I see it, probably being one of those things where you're going to have to fork out every bit of probably $200 shipped and with tax and stuff instead of, the regular 140 plus tax. And yeah, that's my quick thoughts, guys. Moving on, guys, to That Funky Monkey. He says, what do you think objectively is the best year for Lego Star Wars? So I think, in my opinion, I've always kind of been under the assumption as like an actual, core year with everything good about it. I think 2014 is still a very solid year. I think for me personally, like nostalgia-wise, of course, 2008, 2009 holds a special place in my heart. But I think that, overall, for a long-termness, I think 2014 holds up. Again, a lot of people, for some reason, in 2008, 2009, don't like the Clone Wars style faces. I personally love them. I think it just adds to the fact of it was based off the Clone Wars animation. Like, it's not a live-action face, so, like, why make it look real? And I think it's one of those things where, again, I don't think we'll ever have Clone Wars heads like that ever again. The few Clone Wars sets we've had in the past, 10 years ever since then, they all have live-action faces or severely different faces than the animation ones. So I think objectively 2014 is the best year overall, with a few of those 2008, 2009s right behind it. Moving on, guys, to LIFEBrickS. He says, do you like Pirates of the Caribbean? Have you ever thought about collecting all those sets? Thank you. Thanks for the question, man. And no, I've never seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I think there's like 6 of them now. I personally just never been a big fan of them. And surprisingly, I've never seen those, the Lord of the Rings movies, the Hobbit movies. Still have only seen like 3 of the Harry Potter movies. And so yeah, I've not really watched virtually any of that stuff from like the late 90s to the late 2000s, besides like the Star Wars prequels, I guess, if you count that. So I will probably never get those sets, honestly. I mean, again, I've never seen the movies, so there's really no point. And, I don't doubt for a second in my lifetime I will see Pirates of the Caribbean, movies eventually. Again, there's so much time in the day. And, throughout the next 70 years, I would assume I'd be able to sit down for, say, 10 hours and watch those movies. But for the moment, no, I do not plan on getting any of those sets. Moving on, guys, to CollectorEmpire_KM. He says, if Lego were to create a new name to clone Commander in a set, what do you think it would be? Excluding Agree Rex if you count a few moments as a Commander. So I think the obvious question, or the obvious answer to that question would be Commander Bly. I think that makes the most sense for them to do. He was in Episode 3. He was in the Clone Wars. I think as a named character, they've made Fox, they've made Cody, they've made Gree, they made Rex. I think Bly is kind of that next one where, whether it's a Episode 3 set or a Clone Wars set, I see them doing Phase 2, of course, over Phase 1, but having a Phase 1 Bly also is not really too far-fetched, I think. I think maybe at some point we'll see a Bly, but there's my answer. Moving on, guys, to Squidman. He asked the big question here. Would you ever sell your Lego Cloud City Boba Fett one day? And the short answer is no, I don't ever plan on it. The long-term answer would be sure. If I really need that money one day, say it goes up to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, I've got one figure there I can sell right away. It's not, as much as it's sure probably my coolest piece of my collection, it's really not the most sentimental to me. As much as I love it, I got to be honest, I haven't even looked at it since I opened it. It's been in a plastic bag inside bubble wrap ever since, and I'm being 100% honest with you. Since I opened it back in April, I think, I've not looked at it once, so I don't really care for it all that much. Again, it was kind of one of those things I wanted to get it while I could, and sure, it's a cool collector piece. Sure, I feel maybe 1% cooler having it. I'm not gonna lie, but I think if the worst time comes, I'd rather sell, say, Cloud City over probably a handful of my other stuff combined up to that value. So yeah, I probably will. Moving on, guys, to Harris Gartenberg. He says, "What is your plans for those 75170 Phantom 2 sets behind you?" I'm in a similar position right now. So yeah, he's talking about these sets right there. I don't actually think you guys can see them anymore. They're right above this shelf. You guys might be able to see a little bit of them, but it's the Phantom 2 set. And I originally bought, what was that, 17 of them, I think? And I'm down to 5 of them. I've got 1 I'm keeping in my personal collection, and then 4 back there, again, for quote-unquote investments. I've sold a handful of them. I sold quite a few when I first got them. Flipped them, made about $40 profit each. And then in the past couple months, I sold 3 more for $325 each, shipped. So about out the door, maybe $275, $285. So I made about triple my money on that. And then I sold 1 at Brick World to Brightest Witch Bricks, I believe, for what was it, 220? No, I think it was 200 cash. I knew her, and I'm like, all right, here, 200 cash. I was drinking a little bit. I told her my bottom dollar first. I was drunk a little bit, so we made the deal, but $200. So still made money on it, but I've got 4 left here that I'm definitely holding my grip tight on. For now, I don't plan on selling them, but I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens with them. If Thrawn shows up before he comes in a new set, or if he gets rumored, I'll probably offload another 1 or 2 of them. And then, but as you guys know me, long term, we're talking 40 years from now, I wouldn't doubt for a second I'm going to have at least 2 of those still. So yeah, there's my answer to that. Moving on, guys, to Ask to Dragneel. They say, what season of Walking Dead was your favorite and why? So this is a video I feel like I want to do on my second channel one of these days. I feel like I was kind of bringing this up on live stream. Eventually, maybe sometime in the next month or 2, go on my second channel and really just kind of make it a whole personal channel for myself. Not just limited to like Funko and Pokemon and stuff, but like really just any video I'm feeling, and about my personal life or questions you guys have, or like little topical videos and live streams, basically not doing with Lego. I feel like I want to go over there. But for the moment, guys, I think my favorite season of The Walking Dead, I gotta be honest, it's controversial for the main fan base, but I don't really see why. I gotta be honest, I think my favorite season was season 6, but very close second was season 8. I think season 6 as a whole, just because I do agree with some of the stuff people don't like about season 7 and 8. I do agree with it. Season 7 and 8 were airing in a very special time in my life where I feel like that was just extra, mean extra to me. Season 6, though, I think is an entire season. Episode 1 through 16, not a bad episode. The story was fantastic, action was great, but season 8 is a very, very close second. So yeah, thanks for the question. Then moving on, guys, to the last question for today's video, we have JD. He says, do you still collect Black Series figures? So the short answer is no, I do not. I've really only bought maybe I think 4 or 5 in the past couple months, and that's only when I find them for $12, $10, $8. I think I bought a Hondo, an Aura Sing, and I want to say that's it in the past like 2 months. Hondo was like $10 from Target, Aura Sing was like $12 on Prime Day. They've gone up to what, $25 retail, and even some of those are like $30, $35 now. So I mean, a mixture of just I can't really afford it. There's also just the fact, really, it's kind of weird. I went from being like a pure Lego collector for a long time there to kind of diving into a bunch of other things for like 2 years there. But I'd say in the past like year, maybe year and a half, I've been basically fully devoted to Lego. I've kind of really just turned into that mindset where, truthfully, this is what I enjoy. I think I've always liked Lego the most. I know the most about it, so it's awesome to know knowledge about it. And grand scheme of things, everything I buy to do with Lego, I know stuff about it where, again, whether it's investing, holds its value. I can use it as a prop in a YouTube video. I can make an Instagram picture about it. And overall, I think it's just a lot more worth my money. Posting a Black Series picture, no one cares about it. But like, if I post, even like, if I were to post this brick cats here on Instagram, get 1,000 likes, maybe bring another 20, 30 people to my account, more following, it's another picture there, people that, care about me as an individual, they're like, damn, all right, he has the Kenobi brick has now, but, only a fraction of those people would give a fuck if I have a Kenobi Black Series, so I think overall I'm just really kind of into just the full Lego right now. But yeah, thanks for the question. So yes, guys, that is it for episode number 79. This was very fun to do actually again, and I do plan on bringing these back weekly. I know I said like 3 weeks ago I wanted to bring them back weekly, but I wanted to give it a little bit of a break. The last one didn't do too well. I'm finally coming back into it. All my other videos are doing really well, and I think now is where I'm comfortable, coming, back doing these weekly, and we'll see how they all play out, guys. But I really enjoyed this series. So like I said, any questions you guys have, leave them down below. I'll probably answer them next week. So thank you guys all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for you guys later. Bye, guys, and stay safe.